What kinds of templates are Squarespace users looking for? Now, there's a couple ways to find this out. One, you can look at uh, Google Search Console, or perhaps you can look at the auto suggestions when you start to type in Squarespace templates for, or there's a number of different ways you can kind of explore what people are looking for. You can search Facebook groups, you can search forums, you could even just pay attention to things like what people are looking for on marketplaces like Upwork in terms of services, microservices specifically. um, but you can also create a search engine for templates and just get the data straight up. So that's what I did. And so I'm going to share some. I haven't gone through any of it yet. So I figured I'd do it live here on the show. And just, it's always interesting to me because when you go and search for something, like everyone has their own different thought process or just way of thinking about the words that they choose. And so when I designed this search experience, it was really for um, like a really descriptive kind of thing where you can say, I want a theme with like green uh, section background for lawyers. And you can get really like that specific. Now, obviously, um, all that might not exist, but there could be something similar, or there could be something that could be modified to fit that. And so that's where the AI part comes in. And so hopefully it's been delivering in this experience of like, okay, might not be one. It's hopefully people are using like the really descriptive searches, and then two, what's the other thing? Two, yeah, hopefully it's like returning recommendations that make as much sense as possible. Now, mind you, there's only, I think, maybe 300, less than 300 templates in the directory at this time. Um, but there are probably, my estimation, um, another 200 or so out there. Um, Naturally, yeah, maybe it represents maybe 60% of the market, or 70%. I'll let you know in a future episode. But anyway, let's look at them. So health and safety. Okay. Online merch store. 7.0. Sports. Tutoring website. Garden center. Coach. I'm looking for a Catholic church site. Asbestos business. Somatic coach. Dark moody template for a naturalist. Oh, let me that I like that. Let's see what that, you know, renders. So I haven't played with this in a while. Uh but we'll see. Okay, cool. So I'm looking for, it says search for templates like you'd order a sandwich. Describe what you're looking for. How would you order a sandwich? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll figure. That was a placeholder for like something. So we'll figure out a better kind of a prompt. Uh, I like to prompt the AI for human prompts. Like give me a prompt to prompt a human to do something. All right. Clay. All right. So here's the results to dark moody template for naturalist. Okay. So visually, I'm looking at three. templates that one of them has kind of like a, maybe you can consider it a dark, moody feel. Um, the other two, let's read the recommendation. So, the clay template features a dark primary color and strong visual elements, making it suitable for a dark, moody theme. Its minimalist design and high resolution images can effectively highlight naturalist content. Okay. And so Clay is by Ghost Plugins, and one of the signatures of Ghost Plugins templates are that you have these paper templates or these non-branded templates where you can, it's black and white, and so you add the splash of, color or whatever it is, but it gives you not like a minimal framework to start with. Iris by Big Cat Creative provides a minimalistic and elegant design with a strong focus on large imagery and clean typography. The muted red accent color contributes to a dark, moody aesthetic suitable for a naturalist. Okay, that's spot on for the template. Um, that's a spot on description. We're going to talk a little bit about how it works in a moment. Eco Lux by Brita Made. This is the third recommendation. Okay. Yeah, so I think it's tuned right now to just three recommendations. Um, Eco Lux combines a clean minimalist layout with large visual elements and ample white space. The gray accent color and emphasis on imagery create a sophisticated, moody feel that aligns with naturalist themes. Okay, so looking at it, Um, okay. Now, so like the question is, are there better is there something better in the directory that represents dark moody template that we missed? Okay, so that's something that I'll have to look at in order to optimize this template finder. But I do like the recommendations because they are accurate to the templates. And so I said I'd talk a little bit about how this works. So in order to get, accurate recommendations, we need accurate representation of these images. And so this is something uh, maybe it was probably possible a year ago when I was playing around with this stuff. But I didn't know. And then recently I looked again and I was like, oh yeah, you can easily do this now with GPT 4.0, and I'm sure plenty other of these LLMs. So yeah, so each each template, there is a number of data points that represent, like, okay, the color, the who would this template best be suited for? How would you describe the style? Um, some other elements that I'm not remembering right now. Um, and so all of those are then stored in a vector database along with the template, so that if you go looking for something that is specific, based off of that those parameters that have already been created, so it's very simple. This was like, a couple hour, I mean, it took me a couple days, but for someone who does this all the time or knows what they're doing, this is like a couple hour project. um and so, speaking of that, if you are interested in creating just different types of AI based search experiences for yourself personally, like, I've used this for um, emails. So, downloading my ConvertKit emails, there's hundreds of them now. If I want to search for something, their interface isn't suitable. Like, it's not going to get me what I'm looking for within the body of the email. I can only search for like email subjects using ConvertKit's like interface. So I created a utility where I could search all my past newsletters and um, I could ask it like, okay, what were the best performing newsletters in 2021 and 2022, and it would tell me that kind of stuff. Um, there's the first iteration of this was actually uh, Squarespace Guru, SQSP Guru, which was um, I mean, now it's like everywhere. But when I started playing with it, it was like, oh, you can use you can use AI to act as like an interface in a search experience where you can get way better results in domains that currently or at that point in time you couldn't. So um, the biggest application that I used this on was our support tickets. So internally, being able to query past support tickets and use the AI as an interface um, to give you, the best answer based off of all of these past tickets. And so it's like just add in AI on top of the search process. And so I think the fun thing for me about this is that one, you can always, or at least right now, like for someone just jumping into this like a year ago, you can be like 6 months ahead of like the wide application of things, but you can also just use it for yourself for your own purposes. So yeah, if you are the whole point of that is if you are interested in that, let me know. I do have a course that walks you through this, and I will probably do a separate one, like a separate workshop, just on the template finder because if there's, it's just like the same rinse and repeat thing of creating an index and um, and then the search layer on top of it. So anyway, that's what people are looking for, or just that's just a snapshot. Um, let's just look at a couple more because I'm this is the first time I'm looking at it. A modern therapist template seems to be popular, and then I'm getting builder whole home water filtration. What are the full film, full video page? Yeah, so like I'm gonna put some examples of like possible searches so that people are more descriptive because I think that's how you get the best result. Um, the other thing that I'm noting here is that there's probably for a lot of these there's probably nothing that exists right now. Period. Right? There's like because there's such niche categories, but I suspect that a lot of these niche categories still exist in designer portfolios. So you've had a client who might, have been in a very particular industry, but there's no template that represents that, right? So where I'm going with this is I think there is a lot of potential to reimagine the template search experience. One, where um, you know you can possibly find, okay, there might not be a template there, but you can find a designer who has designed a website for a builder, or they have a number of builder websites in their portfolio. And so now that designer can consider, oh, maybe I should make this available as a template, or they can just make themselves available for hire as they probably already are. And so that's how I'm thinking this could be used on a wider scale. So if you enjoy this prototype, um, I think uh, I think it could be very useful across the board for template search experiences.